Hi there, Jen Roque here at stampcampwithjen.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Summerfield, Florida, and welcome to my weekly Facebook Live. Yay! Hi guys. As you join, please say hello. Let us know where you're joining from. If you're watching the replay, please feel free to leave a comment below and say hello as well and let us know where you're watching from. I love seeing you guys each week and thank you so much for joining me. So this Facebook Live today, we're going to do my February Stamp Camp to Go class. This is a free online class that I am now offering each month, and if you want to get the inside scoop before anybody else, don't forget to sign up for my newsletter. Newsletter subscribers will get kind of the inside scoop and the details on the current month's Stamp Camp to Go, what bundle or stamps that we're going to be using first. So, and they can start ordering before I put it on my website. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure to go to stampcampwithjen.com and hit that subscribe button, and you can subscribe to my newsletter, and you can sign up to receive blog posts in your inbox as well through your email. So what's everybody been up to on this President's Day weekend? I went to Lakeland to hang out with my mom yesterday. It was her birthday, and we participated in a Flamingo Bingo is what it was called. It was really fun. We played 10 rounds of bingo, and it benefited local, I think it was like pit bull groups. So like animal groups that help like veterans with animals, or like the local pit bull like adoption, humane society and things like that. So hi Elise, thanks so much for joining us. It's so good to see you guys. So we had a lot of fun. We went and did that, and my mom won twice. I swear she's the luckiest person when it comes to bingo. She always wins. We have my Stampin' Up! Bingo, and I swear she wins every time there. And out of all the people, it was like a full bingo hall pretty much. I would say there was probably, I don't know, 80 to 100 people at least. And she won twice out of the 10 different bingo games that we played. It was crazy. The first time, everybody clapped, yay, she won. And they even said happy birthday to her after that. And then the second time she won, it was like crickets in there. Nobody said anything. And she was just like, she said she should have just given me her bingo card and had me say bingo. Hi, Kay. Thanks so much for joining us. So it was a good time. And then we went out to dinner, and what else did we do? We went back to her house and had ice cream and just kind of chit-chatted. And I went by myself. My husband and my son stayed home, and it was almost 10 o'clock, and my husband was like, are you coming home sometime tonight? We were having so much fun just talking and stuff. I completely didn't even realize how late it was getting. Hi, Sue Stone. Thanks so much for joining us. So today's class is going to be really fun. Oh, hi, Jalen. My nephew Jalen's watching. He's off school. All the kids are off school today for President's Day. I know they're having a lot of fun. Hi, Sylvia. All right, so I'm going to turn the camera around. We're going to go over a couple things, and then we'll get started on the card class. And like I said, if you want to get notified first of my monthly Stamp Camp to Go offerings, be sure that you sign up for my newsletter, because the second Friday of the month is when I announce those in my newsletter. And then newsletter subscribers, even though the information that I share with you isn't until Monday when people can order, you can actually order as soon as I announce it in my newsletter. So don't let those dates deceive you. So if you want to order early, and make sure that you don't miss out on kits and worry about them selling out, be sure to order those as soon as I announce them in the newsletter. So I have those dates on there for my website, but you can order them as soon as I announce them in the newsletter. Hi, Judy from California. Where in California are you located? I lived in Monterey for a couple years, and I loved it. I miss California. My husband and I always say we would love to move to California. We love it out there. It's so pretty. All right, so let me get, what's the next kit? That's a good question. I'm working on that one. I'm not going to announce it. You'll see. Laguna Niguel. Ooh, I haven't heard of that one. Where is that located? Let's see. Let me turn this around. I'm always afraid I'm going to accidentally turn the video off. Laguna. Well, I've never heard of that one. Okay, let's see here. Get my lights going, get you guys all situated. Here we go. Oh, Laguna Beach. Ah, I gotcha. Pretty, pretty area. I don't think I ever went to Laguna Beach when we were out there, but I did watch the TV show. So I kind of have an idea of what it's like. Hi, Sylvia. Thanks so much for joining us. Alrighty. So thank you again for joining us today. If you're new here, don't forget to like and comment on today's video and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're watching the replay there. And don't forget to hit that bell so you never miss a video notification. Obviously, if you guys are watching live from YouTube, you know where my YouTube channel is. You can find me, or my Facebook channel. You can find me on YouTube, Pinterest, and then that's my website down there, stampcampwithjen.com. If you choose to shop with me, I would love that. And as a special thank you, I offer my customers a rewards program. For every $25 increment in a single order before shipping and tax, you earn a point. And once you earn 20 points, I will reward you with a $50 shopping spree. I pay the tax, the shipping, everything. All you have to do is go to stampcampwithjen.com. You'll see this little picture. You click on it. It's got all the details for my rewards program, as well as a printable tracker where you can track your orders. And then you just send me a copy of your tracker and I'll verify the orders. And then you tell me what you want and I order it for you. It's easy as that. So the kits for today's class are sold out. I made as many of them as I could and I ran out of supplies. So thank you so much for your interest. I'm so glad that everybody is really jumping on these Stamp Camp to Go classes and is getting really excited about that. So thank you so much. So that's why I really want to stress becoming a newsletter subscriber so you get the details first and you can order early before everybody else so you don't miss out on those kits in the future. Sale-A-Bration is still going on. We've got about 1 week left of Sale-A-Bration. It ends next, was that Wednesday, I think? The 28th of February. So if you want any more freebies with at least a $50 order before shipping and tax, be sure to place your order. This is my February host code. If you spend less than $150 before shipping and tax, please use that host code. If you spend $150 or more, don't use the host code. You'll simply enjoy your Stampin' Rewards, which is where you'll be able to redeem even more free product with your purchase. And then as of February 1st, Sale-A-Bration Stampin' Up! Announced even more items that you'll be able to earn for free during Sale-A-Bration. So these are items that are current in the catalogs, but you can get them for free during Sale-A-Bration. So if those are items that you've been looking for, you can get these for free as well. So something to note about this is whenever Stampin' Up! Does this, they do put a different product number for you to redeem it through Sale-A-Bration. So don't use the product numbers that you see in the catalogs to earn these for free. The item numbers for them during Sale-A-Bration are different. So if you want to redeem those, kind of pay attention to that so you don't accidentally put the wrong item number in. And then now through February 28th is also the last day that you can get this awesome starter kit offer. This, like I've been saying for weeks now, this is the best starter kit offer I've seen since I've been a demonstrator. You can get either $175 worth of product for only $99, which the normal starter kit offer is $125 of product for $99. So that's $50 more than what they normally offer. Or you can pick one of these mini machines and get the $175 in product for $129. So that's basically you're spending an extra $30 and getting a mini machine for free. And wouldn't it be awesome to get this limited edition boho blue mini machine? This is something you can only get when you join as a demonstrator. As far as I know, they will not be offering this after Sale-A-Bration with the starter kit offer. So if you want this limited edition machine, now is the time to get it with your when you become a demonstrator. I am always looking for new friends to join our team. So if you have any questions or want to talk more about this great opportunity, feel free to reach out to me at jen@stampcampwithjen.com, or you can call or text me at 240-578-5644. I'd love to talk to you more about it. All right, Stampin' Up! Paper Pumpkin is turning 10 this year. Can you believe it? They've been around for 10 years. So this is the new Paper Pumpkin kit. You have until March 10th to subscribe, and to help celebrate, they are giving away an additional stamp set here as a free gift with the Paper Pumpkin kit. I love this box. I love it when they decorate the boxes different colors. I think that's so much fun. It makes it really unique. Excuse me, and I collect these Paper Pumpkin boxes. I always tell people if they have extra ones to bring them to me, because I use them for everything. Half the time when my son opens Christmas presents or birthday presents, they're in a Paper Pumpkin box because you can fit so many different things in there. So that's like the running joke in our family is, ooh, you got Paper Pumpkin for your birthday or Christmas. But it's usually like a book or a t-shirt or something like that, because they fit a lot of great things. So if you would like to get this Paper Pumpkin kit, go to paperpumpkin.com and sign up by March 10th. Or you can, during Sale-A-Bration, you can get a prepaid code and you can put that into your Paper Pumpkin account and redeem your kit that way. So if you get a prepaid 3, 6, or 12-month code during Sale-A-Bration, that's another way that you can earn free product with your purchase. So that's a great way. If you really love Paper Pumpkin and you want to get Sale-A-Bration items, this is a great way to take advantage of that. So that offer ends February 28th with Sale-A-Bration, okay? And then the last thing here are the new online exclusives that Stampin' Up! Is introducing this year. So this is something Stampin' Up! Is going to be doing once a quarter. So March 1st, June 1st, September 1st, and December 1st, they will be releasing new products on the Stampin' Up! Website. Since they are online exclusives, they will only be available online. There will be no catalog. They won't be in any of the catalogs. They will only be available at stampinup.com, okay? In this little flyer, there's this QR code that you can bring up on your phone and go to the products, but this isn't active until March 1st, so I haven't been putting this up on my website because I don't want anybody to get confused as to why it's not working. So, but once March 1st comes around, you'll be able to use this little QR code and access all of the products. So Stampin' Up! Has given demonstrators this preview of the new products that are coming out. They're very pretty. And this is only a sneak peek. Once March 1st comes, there will actually be more products than this added to the online exclusives. But this is what they've shown us so far. So there's this beautiful Irresistible Bloom stamp set with the flowers and the coordinating dies. There is a 6x6 paper pack that has 48 sheets, 4 each of 12 designs. And 2 colors that are in here are previously retired colors, Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock. So many of us demonstrators are thinking that there might be a color revamp this year with the annual catalog, since they're bringing those retired colors back. So we'll see. I don't have anything officially just yet, so stay tuned. There's this naturally gilded specialty designer series paper. It looks like it's probably got silver, gold, and copper in it. Very pretty. I love when they add metallics to designer series paper. Some basic 3D embossing folders, and then this classic letters stamp set. Very, very pretty products. All right, so that's what's going on with Stampin' Up! I always try to give you guys the most up-to-date information. If you have any questions about anything I just talked about, feel free to reach out to me anytime. I'd be happy to talk to you about it. Okay. So now you guys probably want to see the cards that we're making today, right? So I'm going to show these to you one at a time as we do them. So this is the first one that we're going to work on. If you have your kits ready to go, pull out the kit that has the yellow Mango Melody card base here. This is the one that we're going to work on first. I've got my kit ready to go. And you will also need, I had the ink, oh there, it's all in my little buggy here. So the ink colors that you will need as well for today's class are Night of Navy, Balmy Blue, and Shaded Spruce. And then you just need some Stampin' Dimensionals and some mini glue dots and you'll be good to go. Everything else in your kit is included and pre-cut. So we're using this beautiful Sentimental Park Bundle. I love this bundle so much. Everybody knows I'm a sucker for fonts. I love that swirly font. And I just think the flowers, while Stampin' Up! Does have a lot of flowers, this set really appealed to me. And I love anything with labels that you can use. I just thought this was gorgeous. So I had to use this for this month's class. So this is what we're using. And I'll keep my stamp set out because I'm going to be using those for the cards here today. Okay, so, and again, on stampinup.com for the blog post with these cards, I will have the PDF tutorials that have all of the measurements for everything and the supplies. So if you want to go back and recreate these cards anytime or make more of them, you're more than welcome to do that. I have all that information there. Okay, so in your kits, if you purchase the kits, you'll see there's two different basic white pieces. One, the bigger piece goes on the front, and there's a smaller piece that's your card liner for the inside, okay? And then you should have, I'll do it this way. You have some strips that look like they were cut in two. So these pieces were basically strips that I cut. They're 3/4 inch wide, and they were 4 1/4 inch wide, and I just cut an inch off the bottom. So that's how I made these little strips here. So there's 3 different sets of those. And then you also have these 3 flowers. There's a Mango Melody, a Balmy Blue, and a Petal Pink flower die cut in your kit, okay? You can kind of put those to the side, put them on a little napkin or paper plate or something so you don't lose them. And I'll move my little papers to the side here. And I meant to get my, oh, it's okay. All right, so your cards are pre-scored, so go ahead and fold those in half. And get your bone folder and burnish. Okay. All right. Now look at your white pieces. You can kind of line them up and see one's bigger than the other one. Okay, so the one that's bigger, we're gonna put on the front here, okay? I'm just gonna go ahead. Actually, I'm not gonna put that on just yet. I wanna do my stamping and stuff first, but this is the piece we're gonna use. But the smaller one, I'm gonna go ahead and put that on the inside because that's our liner. So I'm just gonna use that. There we go. All right, so that's the inside. So I'm gonna put that to the side. That way I don't accidentally get all mixed up and mix up my papers and use the wrong one. All right, so we're gonna use this yellow piece. So what we're gonna do is we're basically just gonna line it up so there's an even border on the top and the left-hand side. And we're gonna do the same thing with these little bottom pieces. And then we're just gonna leave about an even amount of space in between. And you can see, you can line these up and see the ones that have a pattern. You can kind of match them up and make sure they're right side up. I just thought that little flower pattern was kind of fun. And then this one here. So I got those kind of lined up. I like to line them up first before I adhere them down, just so I make sure I have a good idea of the spacing. So you can use liquid glue if you want. I just like Stampin' Sale Plus. I use that a lot. So that's what I'm gonna use here. I'm gonna turn this to the side here and just kind of line it up, just like that. I like this bundle too because it's very versatile. You can use it for so many different occasions, like, you know, get well, thinking of you, birthday. There's so many different sentiments on it that you can use it for all kinds of occasions. It's not just a birthday stamp set or just, you know, a love you stamp set. There's so many different sayings on there. Okay, so I did the top, now I'm gonna do the bottom ones. If you aren't real confident about your placement, definitely use liquid glue, because that gives you a little bit more time to kind of move things around and get them in the right space on your card front. And as long as you keep the spacing between these little strips fairly even and keep that space on the left and the bottom edge fairly even, they should line up pretty well. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it'll be pretty close. All right, so we've got that there. So now we're going to use Let's Celebrate and then Happy Birthday, and we're going to use Night of Navy ink for that. So I'm going to get my Let's Celebrate out. Let's see, right at the top here. I am just going to take my block and stick it on there. Okay. And then I am going to bring in my grid paper. That's what I meant to do before we started, because I like to kind of stamp on that grid paper before we start, before I put it on the actual paper, to make sure it comes out in a solid image. Okay. Make sure I inked it up enough. Yep, that's good. Okay, so when we stamp the Let's Celebrate, as you can kind of see on this example, we're going to kind of line it up with the left edge of that yellow strip, and we're going to do it on the top section, the top half of that blank space in there. And luckily they're photopolymers, so you can see through, which is always really nice. And just stamp that evenly, and then clean our stamp off. And then we're gonna get the Happy Birthday. And you could even change it up to say, I think there's your new adventure. You can celebrate lots of different things. So, but that's what I'm gonna use, is the Happy Birthday for this one. But feel free to change it up to whatever you need. Let's see, Happy Birthday. All right. And again, I'm just gonna stamp it, make sure it looks good. And then for this one, we're gonna line the right edge up with the blue strip here and kind of do it in that bottom section, the bottom half, like that. Very pretty. Okay, and that's all the inking, the stamping we're doing for this one. I'm gonna put that stamp back real quick. All right, so now that I've stamped, I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the front of my card. I feel pretty confident now. I've stamped it. I don't have to worry about, you know, maybe messing it up and having to rip up my whole card. So that's why I like to stamp things before I assemble my card. That way, if I make a mistake, maybe I can fix it somehow before putting my card together. Okay. So now you will need your glue dots, and of course they're on my other little carousel. Hold on one second. All right, here we go. So we have our glue dots, and looking at our sample here, what we're gonna do is grab those little flower die cuts. So I'm gonna take the petal pink one and put the center of that flower right over the center of that glue dot. And then you're gonna peel it up, and we're gonna stick it down in between those two panels, that flower one and the blue spotted one. And then we're gonna grab our Mango Melody flower, the biggest one, and do the same thing. You're putting that center over the top of the glue dot, and it doesn't even matter that it shows the stickiness, because we're gonna put some of those milky dots over the top and you won't even see it. And we're gonna put that down in the corner. I'm lining up that center of the flower with the bottom right-hand corner of that blue strip. And then we're gonna take our blue flower here and do the same thing, put that center over the glue dot. Press it down until it sticks really well. Pull that flower up, and then we're putting that center of that flower on that top right-hand corner of that yellow rectangle at the bottom there, okay? Now, We've got those flowers on. Now we're gonna grab our adhesive back Milky Dots. This is all I have left out of making all the card kits. I had just barely enough for class today. Let's see, what did I do with my little pick tool? Been doing stuff all day with this desk, and I keep moving things around. I think I moved that too. Hold on. All right, here we go. So now I'm going to take my putty end here, and I'm going to grab the small yellow Milky Dot, and I'm going to put that on the center of my pink flower. And then I'm going to take, you'll see there's like they're like clear almost. I'm going to take a large of the clear dots on the bottom here, and I'm going to put that in the center of my yellow flower. And then that large blue dot, I'm going to take that one and put it in the center of that blue flower. And that's our birthday card. That's our first card right there. Easy peasy. Isn't that so pretty? I think anybody would love this. Nice spring birthday card. You forgot about me, Roberta. Oh no. That's all right. You can always watch the replay if you missed anything. So that's our first card. Our second card that we're going to make today is a quick and easy spring thank you card. This is the one that we're going to make next. So if you purchase the kits, get the kit that has the red card base. That's what we're going to do next. And you'll need your Night of Navy ink again. Okay. So this paper, most of the paper that we're using today is the Regency Park 6x6 Designer Series paper. But this background here comes from the Country Gingham 6x6 paper. I've used 2 packs of this. You can see I have tons of scraps. I love gingham anything. So anytime they come out with gingham, I'm like, oh my gosh, I get so excited. So you'll see in your kit, I actually pre-tied your bow that we're going to be using for your card today. I know a lot of people hate fussing with bows, so I pre-tied them, and also to make sure that it's the right, like it's enough of a bow and enough thread that you need for your card today. So the white piece is your card liner, and then this gingham piece is the front of the card, and then that strip, and you'll have a little label for your thanks, and then the little bow. And the bow is this beautiful, I think it's Starry Sky, is that right? I believe. What color is it on here? Yep. This is that Starry Sky metallic ribbon, or metallic thread. Metallic woven ribbon, yep. It's really thin. It's like 1/8 of an inch wide. It's very thin, but it's so pretty and blingy looking. So I really wanted to play with that. And it kind of matches because it's almost like Night of Navy. All right, so we are going to, again, the card base is scored for you, so just fold it in half and burnish it with your bone folder. And we can go ahead and open it up and put our card liner inside for our message. And these are I just take basic white cardstock and I cut it down to 4 inches by 5 1/4. You can get 4 out of one 8.5 by 11 sheet, and you have a couple little strips left over, but that's what I do for my card liners. I used to use printer paper, but after a while, printer paper is so thin and lightweight, you can see your adhesive through the paper. So I stopped doing that, and I just use the basic white paper now, and it works fantastic. You can't see through it. You don't see your adhesive, and it's real heavy duty and just really finishes the card off really nicely. All right, so we're gonna take that gingham and center it on our card front, that Country Gingham paper. This is a petal pink gingham design. And then this piece here, this is gonna line up with the top and the bottom edge of our card base. And you're gonna put it on maybe about 1/2 inch or so from the edge of the card here. We're gonna put that on next. So lining that up with the top and the bottom edge there. About there, yep. Okay, now we're gonna do our stamping. This is real quick. So we're gonna take, there's the word thanks right here. We're gonna take that out and stamp that right in the middle of that little banner. I'm just gonna put that on my block. Get my Night of Navy ink. Hi, Corey, you snuck in. How's everything going? Thanks for joining us today. We're gonna do thanks here. Yep, looks good. So we're just gonna stamp that right in the center here. Beautiful. Clean off our stamp with our Simply Chamois. I have that off camera. And then I'll put that back on my stamp pad there. Okay, so now for this, what we're gonna do, again, we're gonna grab our glue dots here. They do have really cute banners, Mom, you're right. I played around with some of them too. That's what I was gonna show you in a second, but I'll show you now since we're kind of talking about it. So they have this bigger one, and these die cuts actually kind of lift up. And I was playing with one. It has, so you have these little, you have one that's like a stitched hexagon by itself. And then you have a bigger one that has the flowers on the edge. And that stitched hexagon, you can actually lift up these flower die cuts on the edge and stamp something on that plain hexagon and kind of put it in there too. So you can layer those up. It's really neat. There's lots you can do with this set. It's really, really fun. All right, so we're gonna take our bow and we're gonna put the center of it right above a glue dot here. And then I'm gonna peel that off. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick that, so where the thanks is here, we're gonna flip that over and kind of put it to that bottom corner where those flowers are like that. So it looks like it's kind of, actually I should have done that upside down. Did it a little backwards, hold on a second. So we want that, yep, I did it upside down, here we go. Never mind, hold on. So let's do it this way. I think this will be a little bit easier. We'll put our glue dot on this bottom corner here. This is gonna be easier. I'm doing it backwards and that's why I'm getting all confused. Okay, and so if the bow is, like you're looking at it, it's right side up, right? So we're gonna make that flat and kind of stick it where that glue dot is there and kind of, there it goes. So looking at it straight on, so put that glue dot on first and then put that bow on there. I think that's a little bit easier. And now it's centered where it needs to be on that bottom left section right there, okay? So now we're gonna take some dimensionals and we're gonna pop this up. I just like to put dimensionals all over it. Make sure it's nice and flat there. I'll take that, take the backing off here real quick. All right, and then this is gonna go a couple inches above the top there, kind of filling in that space over the gingham. And we're gonna take our blue milky dots again, and we're gonna take a large one and put it kind of centered above where that section is with the banner. And then we're gonna take a small one and put it over to the right and down, kind of at an angle. And then another small blue milky dot, and we're gonna put it right to the bottom left of this bow, right under here, just to give it a little more sparkle. You won't really see it too much, but it just gives a little pizzazz. And then if you do have any extra, like my little tails are kind of over my card a little bit, so I'm gonna trim that just a smidge. And there you have it. There's our quick and easy springy thank you card right there, okay? So that's card number 2. And now we have a fun fold card. I love fun fold cards. And this is really easy too. So we're gonna make this thinking of you card. You flip it up and flip that down, and that's where your message is right there. Really quick and easy, but I'm gonna show you how to stamp that little flower. You gotta do a little stamping off. That's pretty neat. So this is the one that uses all 3 colors. So we're gonna use Balmy Blue, Shaded Spruce, and Night of Navy for this one, okay? So let's start with, where's our kit for this one? So grab your kit, if you purchase them, that has that light blue at the bottom. And in your kit, you will have the card base here. You have your designer series paper. This is, the other blue is that background for this flipper piece, if you will. And then your white piece is the liner. And then this little piece is what we're gonna be stamping our flower on right here. And then you'll have either one or two little strips like this. You may have one long one. These are 3/4 inch wide, and that's what we're gonna be stamping our sentiment on and popping that up with, okay? So we'll put those little strips away here. And let's do this part first. So let's grab our card base and fold it. And use our bone folder to burnish, okay? And then I'm gonna go ahead and put my designer series paper on the front right there. Okay, right on the front. All right, and then we're gonna put that aside for right now because we need to do our stamping. So you grab your little rectangle here, and first we want to use, in your stamp set, there is this little stem with the leaves. We're gonna stamp that first. So get that one out first. And we're gonna get our shaded spruce ink. We're gonna do that one first. So shaded spruce, get our little stem with the leaves. And then we're gonna stamp at full strength here with our leaves, and we're gonna take the bottom of that stem and put it close to the bottom center of our paper here. Okay. And then we're gonna get our next stamp, which is the little filler that goes in the leaves. So you have like 2 solid leaf images right there. That's the one that we're gonna use next. And this one we're gonna stamp off first, and then we're gonna stamp inside the leaves to get that shading. So we're gonna stamp off, we're gonna ink it up, stamp off, and then line that up. Can you guys see? Yeah. I'm gonna line that up. You can see where it's gonna stamp, and line that up in the center of those leaves, just like that. Okay. Now we're done with shaded spruce, so we can put that away and grab our balmy blue ink. Okay. I'll put those leaves away, and then we're gonna grab, there's like a flower outline you can see right there. That's the one we're gonna use first. And we're gonna do kind of the same technique we did with the leaves. We're gonna stamp the outline full strength, and then we're gonna stamp off for the center and fill it in. So let's see, how am I gonna do it? So you'll notice in, let me see if I can show you in the stamp set. It's probably easier. So on this stamp set for this flower, there's like a little piece that's missing. And some of the leaves have like little indents here, like right at that bottom left one, there's a little indent and there's a little indent there. So if you kind of match those up, that's how you can make sure that you line up those flowers so that they match. So that leaf that has that little piece missing has that little indent, and then you look for that same little indent for the filler. So that's what we're gonna do for this flower here. So I have that little piece that's missing on the left edge right there. So that's what I'm gonna do. And then when I stamp on the top of this leaf stem, I'm just gonna stamp where it meets in between the petals. I'm gonna line that up right above that stem, just like that, okay? So that's how we're gonna line everything up. So now we're gonna get that filler, and you can see, so what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna take that piece, I'm gonna look for it that has that little indent missing, and I'm gonna line that up so that it's straight when I'm stamping. I'm gonna make sure before I put it on the block there, and there it goes right there. Everything's all lined up. And you can just keep rotating it until it lines up like it's supposed to. And that's lined up. So now I have it straight and I'll put it on my block. So that's kind of a little tip so that you don't put it on your block and then you're going, oh my gosh, which way does it go? If you line it up first and then put it on your block straight where it needs to go, you won't mix it up. So actually I'm gonna stamp off one more time. Good. So when you stamp off, if you notice any like spots missing or a bubble, I recommend re-inking and stamping off again, because if you have a bubble or anything when you stamp off, then when you go to stamp on your paper, that little bubble that didn't come off on your scrap paper is going to be really dark on your stamped image, and that's not what you want. You want that clean, crisp image when it comes over, okay? All right, so there's our little flower that we stamped. Easy peasy, right? And we'll put a little dot on it on the end, but I'm not gonna worry about that right now. So our little flapper piece here, we're gonna fold that over, and this is actually gonna go right on top. There's like a smaller section and a bigger section. That bigger section is where we're gonna glue our flower down, okay? So let's go ahead and do that. Just center it. Save a little bit of a border, about 1/4 inch all the way around. Oops, and it looks like I must have had some ink or something on my fingers, but that's okay. I can always fix that later. You can always put embellishments on there to cover it up. All right, so the reason I didn't put this piece on yet is because you actually need to glue this on to the back of your white piece first, and then you're gonna put adhesive all over the back and stick it in the center. So that's why I didn't just go ahead and put that down. You only wanted to put your designer series paper on first, because now we're gonna take this piece, I'm gonna put adhesive on the back here. So on that small flap on the back, I'm gonna put some adhesive. And I'm gonna do probably about 1/2 inch from the edge. And you're just gonna take that little scored section and you're gonna fold that over so that it sticks where it needs to on the back there. And now it's stuck to our little sentiment piece, okay? So now on the back here, I'm gonna put adhesive all over so everything sticks where it needs to. I put a little bit more just because it's not all level. It's not all even. And so now I'm gonna take this piece and we're gonna fold open that designer series paper piece, and then we're just gonna center this white section in the top here. Just like that. Press that down real good. And now when you close it, you close that bottom flap and then the top flap goes right there. Isn't that so cool? I love it. Okay, so now we need to do our words. So we're gonna grab Night of Navy again. And we're going to use Thinking of You. So you grab your little strips here. If you have 1 or 2, it doesn't matter, because we're just gonna use paper snips to trim them down. So first I'm going to do Thinking of, and then we'll do the U. And we'll stamp that, oh, we'll ink that. Yep, just like that. All right, so kind of try to center that in your 3/4 inch strip there. And if it's not perfect, you can trim it or it's fine. Mine's pretty good, I'm not worried about it. I might trim the ends a little bit, but not top and bottom is fine. All right, and now we're gonna do the U. Just like that. Put that down. Stamp, oh, I need a little bit more ink. And that's why I like to stamp off to see what it's gonna look like. There we go, that's better. Sometimes it just needs to be re-inked a few times beforehand. Look at that U, that's good. All right, now we'll close up our ink here. And if you need to trim, go ahead and take your paper snips and kind of go around and trim any excess off. I'm gonna trim them down just a little bit. I don't want a ton of excess here. That's good. And then I'm going to trim a little bit off of these, I think, too. Just like that. All right. And then for these, we're going to pop these up with dimensionals. So what I did was I take the U, and mine's a little crooked on that edge there. Can never seem to get it straight, it seems like. There we go. So I'm just gonna kind of line that up on that bottom corner, kind of get it even amount of DSP on the bottom edge and that side edge. And then we'll put the thinking of right above it, just like that. And that's kind of how I like to do it. Just like that. Okay. So get some dimensionals and then we'll be done with our card class. Easy peasy, right? So you guys got some cards that you can use for all 3 different occasions. And like I said, since you have the bundle, you can kind of adjust them to whatever you need. You can change the sentiments. The stamp set is great because you can use it for baby, graduation, you know, new job, retirement, all kinds of stuff. There's all different occasions. Pretty much anything you can think of is in the stamp set, which is really nice. So put the U down first. We're just popping this up with dimensionals. Put that thinking of right above it. And we've got our little flower there. And that is it. So that is our Sentimental Park February 2023 Stamp Camp to go. We made these 3 beautiful cards here. We've got our birthday card that's bright and springy for those spring birthdays. We've got a quick and easy thank you card for any occasion. And then for my fun fold lovers out there, you have a spring thinking of you card, which is always really fun. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this class and that you snag this bundle. I wouldn't be surprised if this goes on back order at some point. It's really great for spring with all these beautiful flowers, all the colors. Oh, I forgot my little embellishment there. I'm sorry, that card is not done because we got to take a small blue milky dot and put that right in the center. Now it's done. It makes a difference. You got to have that bling, right? All right, guys. Well, like I said, if you're not a newsletter subscriber yet, please head over to stampcampwithjen.com and subscribe to my newsletter. The second Friday of the month, I am releasing my monthly Stamp Camp to Go offerings. Newsletter subscribers get all the details first and can order their kits before anybody else, okay? So if you, if that's something that you're interested in, then be sure to do that. Don't forget Sale-A-Bration ends February 28th, as well as that awesome starter kit offer that's going on right now, okay? If you need any of the supplies for today's project, please shop with me, Jennifer Roque, at StampinUp.com. And don't forget to join me every Monday here at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I go live, and then you can always watch the replay Tuesday morning, okay? All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining me tonight. It looks like you guys all had a good time stamping with me. Thank you so much. And until next time, be safe and happy stamping. Bye-bye.